are you, Gibblebuck? Everything all right out there? Yeah, I've got plenty more friends. Come in here and you can meet them.
Someone there? What a day.
Come on, open up.
Stay vigilant. There are traps here.
Something's wrong.
No more prayers. Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Still breathing, despite everything. No time to rest.
Into the shadows. Step quick.
Need to act fast. Vis medicatrix.
Victor's path. Coming through. Don!
strike.
Don't get too close. Have me.
Impero
Feel their anguish.
Let's end this. Heading there.
Vis medicatrix.
Battle favors the fearless.
Time to strike. Impero Civi.
Gone with the weave.
Can't give up.
Shall we dance?
Please. Time is of the essence.
Nothing will stand in my way.
This is my time.
I am fury. I am death. It has it. Impero Civi! Impero Civi! Talk to me.
I cannot die. Please help me.
Let's have some fun.
Think you can take me on?
Forever dauntless.
Minster's not around, so it might as well.
I have such a headache.
Here I go.
No lock, no handle. How does it open?
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Something over there. What did that do? This whole place reeks of necromancy.
How delicious.
Keep it together. With a flick of the wrist. Armed scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection. Keep your distance, darling.
I didn't think anyone worshipped the scribe of the dead.
The inscription is in a language unknown to you.
What to do?
That's curious.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
Bambix. Morska. Let's move.
Can't even catch my breath.
My faith will protect me. Vis medicatrix.
I will ascend.
What fools these mortals be. Their worst nightmare. Battle favors the fearless.
Behold the dance of death. keep going.
Ready.
I will ascend. Taking position.
I don't fancy their chances. No holding back. Finding my way. Defender of the people.
Still in control. Just. Everything is clear.
nearly ended me.
My eyes grow heavy. Best to make camp.
This feels good.
I'm ready. Vis medicatrix.
May the dice roll in my favor. Creator. Destroyer.
Time to kill.
Victory awaits. I will not know failure.
My faith will protect me.
Don't touch me.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow? Looking ahead. A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Salutations.
My faith protects me.
Assume nothing.
Quite ready for you.
There's no time to waste. No time to dally.
Keep a blade close.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Never a dull moment.
Don't touch me.
Intestines throb. Blood whispers.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life? Because that would be senseless. Wilt thou answer my question? So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life? And thus, balance is achieved. If all are at war, none can win. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There. Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
Try as you might to breach his inner thoughts, Gale swats your efforts away with infuriating ease.
I have a very disciplined mind. Those tricks won't work on me. Please don't try that again unless I invite you to. Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of xenomorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If xenomorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if a mite forgetful, still a win in my book. We all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who bore the last remaining copy of Etheril's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements. It's a first edition, too. As regards to your own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about, so long as they remain fantasies. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already. Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious. Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. Anything more we should discuss? My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. I shouldn't be surprised. You are a great talent. When darkness falls, you make your own light. The helpless, though, they need the light of others. They're the ones who seek out the blade. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
tiny grooved spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed. You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
Gladly. Anything more we should discuss? I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit. Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close. I think you'll agree. Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by elithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
Something the matter? There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes. We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind. I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation. I must admit, you've been a surprise. And not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises? Fine. What's on your mind? Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? I should hope not. Have you ever heard the people who want to talk about themselves? I'm doing you a favor. Sweet of you, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll get to know me just fine by traveling together. No need for interrogations just yet. Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well. If you're sure. Very well. Don't have too much fun without me. I'll keep watch here in the meantime. Something the matter?
I expect I am your first. And they didn't cut you from navel to neck. Well, perhaps they were otherwise occupied. I am still getting used to people like you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. Those diminutive scales of yours look like mistakes. Better is an opinion. I much prefer Githyanki aesthetic to undersized worm. No matter. I don't intend to keep my eyes trained on you for longer than necessary. Ceramorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, soul. An ordinary tadpole would eat at your memories until they were lost to the void. But our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play. Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again. Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion, attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born. Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass. Chook, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services. Be assured, it is not by choice. A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more. A matter of coin. As thou desire.